This episode on Sailing Popao.
So we've just rocked up in Northwest Island. We've already got so much wildlife around us.
There's so much life here, like dolphins, manta rays, turtles.
Home to 1 million birds. I found all the treasures.
I'm getting quite sick of this.
Look at that.
Oh, that's a nice one too.
Stingray barb.
With another glass out forecast, we are heading to the Capricorn and Bunker Group, the most southern part of the Great Barrier Reef. And with no outer reef, these islands catch the offshore currents, creating some world-class diving on these gorgeous coral cays.
What is it, Michael?
It's a lock.
Oh, there's birds! Woo! We have been waiting for this moment for a long time. I think it's seaweed.
This group of birds?
What happened to your log, Michael?
Just poofed into a bunch of birds.
It dead set looked like a big bunch of seaweed.
That's so exciting.
I know. So we've just rocked up in Northwest Island, and as usual, it does not disappoint. We've already got so much wildlife around us. Birds, bait, bust ups, and now a massive manta ray right there. This spot is amazing. Wow. That is incredible. That's a proper manta ray too. That is so cool. There's a turtle down here too. Just here. Big oceanic manta ray. This is just typical Northwest Island for you. Big ray. There's another turtle down there. Birds everywhere. What a spot. What do you think, Michael?
Pretty nice. Amazing. Look at that.
What a welcoming party, hey?
We're just dropping the anchor. We've just got a little anchor buddy there.
Northwest Island is the second largest coral cay on the Great Barrier Reef, and it's a vital bird rookery for around 70% of the entire east coast population of shearwaters. They estimate there's about 500,000 birds on the island at any one time during peak nesting season.
Get into the lagoon and the tide isn't quite high enough, but two turtles just got beached getting it on. To the right. Yeah. Neutral.
Big wave, ready, go. Oh, mama.
Just scraped through.
Oh, the smell.
Does that smell bring back some memories, Michael?
I love that smell. That's two very fond trips to Northwest Island. We've camped on this island for about a month total now. 5 weeks total.
We were sitting on the beach enjoying the sunset when a couple of huge turtles started making their way out of the water using the cover of darkness to find a safe place to lay their eggs.
We just had 3 come up on the beach while we were there, but we didn't want to spook them and they weren't nesting yet, so I don't think you can approach them until they start laying their eggs, otherwise they can spook off and then they don't hatch or whatever. Don't want that.
So much life here, like dolphins, manta rays, turtles. Like last night there was about 100 squid around the boat. And yeah, awesome.
Oh, did you see that food was so close?
No.
It's bringing back the old memories. This was our first holiday, I think.
Out
A big
here.
holiday. It wasn't like a weekend camping trip, it was like a 3-week camping trip. So we came out to this island and it was just beautiful. Such a nice, it was my first Great Barrier Reef experience. But yeah, we've come such a long way. 12 years later. The really cool thing about this island is the birds nest really, really low to the ground. So you literally can just walk along and there's just bird nests at eyesight. This little bird. so cute. There's a lot on the ground too. Apparently, we had heaps of high winds like the last week or so, and it actually shook heaps of the babies out of the nest. And once they're on the ground, the mums or the parents won't feed them anymore, so they just die.
Really?
So yeah, there's quite a lot. There's one over near that lady's tent. So I felt something crawling up my leg and I jumped and it was a massive centipede.
Centipede?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a few around, so be careful.
Great.
It's in the middle of the path too. See it? Just in front of the spring.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Your mate.
Come look at, yeah. I've had too many close calls with those. That thing was up my leg. You had one run up your leg in Samoa, remember?
Yeah, it got all the way up my pants.
Nearly bit you under the
Circum-nav.
Circum-nav of Northwest Island. It's a massive island, home to 1 million birds. Look at all the turtle tracks and all the ground stirred up there. There's just turtle track after turtle track. It's so cool. Look at the ground, it's lumpy as. Just gone to town on that. Man, man down. What happened?
Oh, I just kicked that stick. That crab shell I found on my fall. this isn't even your first reef trip anyway.
Yeah, what?
No. What about Cairns?
Oh yeah, I went to Cairns. Good, that was good. I did all those night dives. And Hamilton Island as a kid. Yeah, I forgot about those.
Turn this into an island of lies.
But I don't know, I just feel like this is where I really like fell in love and just like got addicted to the reef, I should say. What you got there? Oh, a birdie's been eating.
Reckon? Just hasn't hatched, I guess. Too early.
Yeah, something would have just been getting in there eating it. There's no mice here, so I don't know, probably a bird. There's a few. It's a shell. Here. It's probably just washed away too from all this erosion. There were probably a couple of nests in there. I think from that big weather that we had the last week or so. It's probably washed a few nests out. You can see all that sand's fallen away recently. And these birds have probably had a feast. That's probably why there's so many birds on the island. There's another shell. They're like paper thin. You can see the turtle track right up into the trees. So what happened last time we were here, Michael, to my cookies?
Got eaten by mice.
And what did they do recently?
I think they've just baited the island and put all these ground baits in, but it killed all these little rail birds as well, little ground birds, which in turn has stopped the cockroaches. Oh no, stopped the birds eating the cockroaches, so there's heaps of cockroaches on the island. And
yeah, because there's no ground birds to keep them in check.
And heaps of caterpillars too, which have like stripped the leaves bare apparently.
Oh, that's right.
That's changed now. You don't want to hit this sailing, look at this thing.
Solid.
That was like, that would smash your
Can
boat.
you lift it out?
Can't even lift it.
My favourite birds on the east coast, the little oyster catcher. They're so funny. Those birds mate for life. I found all the treasures.
I'm getting quite sick of this.
Look at that.
Oh, that's a nice one
Stingray
too.
barb. That
a huge
is
one.
Wicked. Remember there was one of these on the boat when we bought it? And
Yeah.
you took it off and you were so angry.
We bought the boat and this was hanging off the wall and we thought, yeah, sweet, it comes with a stingray barb.
That's
And
the broker.
then we actually told John, we're like, oh, took the stingray barb. He's like, oh yeah, I found that on the beach and so-and-so.
How cool is
That's
that?
a good one. Where was that? Just on
It
there?
was like this, dead set.
What?
Yeah, like I don't know how you missed it. You walked straight past it. I was like, oh, that's dangerous. And I was like, oh, that's a barb. That's
Epic.
sick. Look, there's one right there too. That's a shovel nose.
Shovel nose. No barbs on them though.
It is that hot right now. Definitely don't remember that taking so long to walk around the island. It probably wouldn't if we didn't dawdle, but you know, us, we are just trying to get out of this lagoon before the tide goes out and we get stuck in here all day. It should be disaster because we've only got like a litre of water and I'm already like so thirsty. So Michael's just pulling the anchor now. He's just swum out to the boat because it was too dumpy in here to pull the tender up this morning, and also it saves us pushing it down the beach, which is really hard when the sand's soft. So anyway, she's just love this island. It is just so beautiful. It's literally like a Nat Geo doco. There is birds everywhere, turtles, stingrays, rays jumping out of the water everywhere. Yeah, it's just wild. Definitely wouldn't be the worst place to be stuck. I can think of many, many worse places. I mean, this is probably I reckon this would be the best place you could get stuck, really. We'd just be a bit thirsty and hungry by the end of the day. I just saw a big boat come in, so we should be good. Plenty of room still. Quick dip.
Alright, let's go.
Seriously overheating.
Yeah.
Hi, Northwest Island. What a spot. Absolutely beautiful. Just as good as you remember?
Yeah, pretty awesome. Pretty amazing spot. So much life here, it's crazy.
It's already breaking through here. The minimum water marker. Just made it. I tried to tell that boat. What happened?
Oh, just filming this turn and you're like, oh, that boat's going right for it. And just drove straight over the top of it.
You kidding?
Yeah.
I was pointing too and they just kept going.
You didn't get hit.
It's lucky.
That was hectic. That's crazy footage.
So we made a bit of a last minute decision to pull anchor and head off to Heron Island. As much as we love Northwest Island, we just want to get down to Fitzroy and do a bit of spearing there. There's so many boats at Northwest Island, so yeah, we just thought we'd sort of share the love a bit. And yeah, we've got a beautiful close hold, beautiful close hold sail. We got about 12 knots of wind, 12 knots, 50 apparent, and doing about 6 knots. So absolutely beautiful sail. Love to cross an ocean like this. It's nice and protected too from the swell in the reef. Very, very nice sail.
A couple of hours later, we arrived at Heron Island, where we launched the tender and went for a sunset cruise.
These booby birds on top of the boat up there.
After 2 failed stints as a turtle cannery, the second owner of Heron Island realised it would be a huge tourist attraction and built a resort here in the 30s. A decade later, the same owner noticed a damaged naval vessel abandoned on a beach near Gladstone. He decided it would make a pretty good breakwater and bought the ship for £10. You just wouldn't get away with that these days. Join us next episode as we meet up with Sailing Amaray.
Just to let you know, I've never shot this gun before. I was like, oh yeah. And we're like, oh, a new gun? And he's like, oh, I've actually never shot any gun before. Just out fishing. How do you feel?
Hi everyone.
G'day guys.
Just a quick reminder that we do have merch available now up on our website.
Grabbing some gear is a really good way to support the channel.
So if you're keen on keeping the wind in our sails, head over to sailingpopao.com and grab some merch.
So we'll put a link up here or up here somewhere. For some reason the site's not showing up in the Google search just yet, so it'll be in the description as well.
Cheers for watching everyone, and a huge thanks to our patrons for making these videos possible.
Thanks guys.
Cheers.
See ya.
Huge thanks to our patrons and welcome aboard Philip, Malcolm, Eve, Warren and Mark.